phone in, so I didn't hear that bit. But I can share now.
Don't worry. So I've started recording, I think. Yeah, I have. Awesome. So hello, everybody. So I would love this to be a prospect call that we do every single week, no matter what. But if we're only having 7 people turn up to the call, well, 8, sorry, Jessica. If we're only having 8 people show up to the call, then I want you to all ask yourself, is this, right now, this business, is this really what you want it to be right now? If you've just joined, a bit different. But is this business really what you want it to be right now? Are you getting paid what you want to get paid? Are you being established in this business the way that you want to? And if you're not, that's a question I want you to all write down, and I want you to all reflect on that and think about where you're really at with this business. So I want to just start the call off by saying that, because obviously we're at the beginning of a month, so it's super duper exciting. The beginning of a new month, what does that mean? That means that the slate is wiped clean. Everything that you did wrong in the past, you're probably too hard on yourself as well. Everything you think you did wrong in the past, you can draw a line in the sand now, and you can say, okay, here's the next day. It's the 1st of April. What a fantastic way to restart my business, because at the beginning of every month, your points go back down to 0 and you start fresh again from the bottom. So I want you to all think about, okay, so don't dwell on what happened in the past, and don't dwell what you feel you did wrong. Instead, think about what you could do better. Think about what you did last month that was okay or it was good, but how could you make that better? How could you make it into something that actually pays you more money or pays you full stop? Maybe you're not getting paid the way you want to yet. So I just want to say a really massive warm welcome to Naomi, who's in the UK, and to Kelly, who's in America. We have had 3 new people join our organization in the last 2 days, which is super fantastic. What's even more fantastic from my point of view is that it's not just me signing up these people. I signed up Steffi. Steffi, is that how I say her name? Stevie? I haven't decided how I say her name yet. I switch between the 2. And that's short for actually Stephanie. So that's why I've got Steffi in my head. And then Kelly was signed up by Katie, who is actually my second line in the business. And then we have Naomi that's also was signed up by my second line in the business, Jessica. So that also means that Rebecca's business grew by 2 team members and my personal team grew by 3. So what I really want you to all think about is, imagine if that was you right now. You'd have 3 new people join your team. How would that make you feel? Would that make you feel, how would that make you feel? I don't want to say, because I don't want my words to be put on you guys. But I really want to say a massive warm welcome to every one of the new team members. It's really, really, really exciting to have new people join our organization. I have been very blessed with this business for the last 3 years. And the most exciting thing is for me is I'm only just getting started. I feel clearer now than I ever did with this business since I decided that we would rebrand the business. And I feel like the whole team, because they jumped on that too, the whole team was much more kind of ready to rock with Healthy and Empowered too. So I do think that was the best thing we ever did as a team. So I'm really glad we did that. And if you're new to joining this business, then you can use Healthy and Empowered. That's your brand name too. It doesn't have to be, but you're more than welcome to use it. And you can, manipulate that in your own way, as long as it's positive, of course. Please keep the brand name positive, because it's something obviously that's very, it's important to everybody. So let's make sure we keep it positive and empowering. And, we're healthy and empowered. So let's, make sure we keep it that way, and let's all have a message that spreads that. So the first thing I want you to do is write down 3 goals for one for your training, 1 for your eating, and 1 for your thinking. That's the first thing I'd love everybody to do, because if you're going to be an ambassador with this business, you really need to be a product of the product, and you need to be an ambassador for what this program really is. Yeah?
Tasha, you said the 3 goals for training, eating, and what?
And thinking. So a mindset goal. So
is it 3 goals each, or
just 1 goal for each is great.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. Love that you just took yourself off mute and asked a question. That's exactly the way to run this. Love it. So my training goal is to work out every day. And that might be a walk for me. It might be a hike. It might be a HIIT exercise. It could be boxing. It could be weights. It doesn't mean I'm going to intensely work out every day, but I know how good I feel when I work out every day. So that's just something that I'm going to do for myself. That doesn't mean you should do that. My fitness level is very different to yours. But that's what I want to do. So the eating side of things, I'm going to say, I was going to say that, but I might change that one actually. Let me think. I know that my thinking is going to be to do reading and journaling every day. And I'm going to try and do it every morning. But sometimes if I can't do it in the morning, then I'm going to make sure I do it every day. So reading for me is I read and then I write about how I felt about what I've just read, or how I could implement what I've just read into something in the future for myself. That's how I work. That doesn't mean that's how you should work. That's just how I work. And my eating side of things, I don't know what I'm going to do for that yet, because I'm traveling at the moment. So it's a little bit different and perhaps more difficult for me, which is an excuse in so many ways, but is so true when you're traveling and I'm not cooking my own food and I'm not in my own house. It's a bit different. I'm going to try and do no dairy, but I've also developed an obsession for ice cream while I'm in a hot country. So I don't know how I can deal with no dairy. I think I'm going to do no dairy mostly, and I'm going to say no bad carbs. So that means no bread and no chips. I haven't really been eating chips, but I've had a bit of bread. Unless it's an emergency and I can't eat anything else. I think that's what my exception will be. So the reason I've asked you all to do these goals, and I want you to all stay accountable on them, and I want you to all write them in the WhatsApp group and the customer support group on Facebook too. If you make it public and you make it known, it's going to integrate in another part of your brain and trigger something else that makes you stay accountable. So let's all be really accountable. We can start a thread in the customer support group. Let's all be really accountable to each other. Put it on your Facebook wall. You can tag each other in it if you want to. If you're really worried that you won't stay accountable, maybe you should link up with one other person in the team that you can stay on top with. We have a group on WhatsApp called the Bikini Challenge Group, which any one of you are welcome to be in. And we did that because we wanted to hold each other accountable. And what we do is most of us write down the exercise that we did that day. And we wrote down the exercise we did that day, and we also write down what we ate that day. And we try and hold ourselves accountable to that, so that we are, not eating like a pig, because we know at the end of the day, we're going to go and report it back to our team. So yeah, it's a really fab thing for me. I really love doing that, because I can also scroll back and see what I ate a week ago. And, it does really hold me accountable. Also, please understand that my body and the way I eat is very different to yours. I have a fast metabolism. I can eat badly and work out and it will balance itself out, because that's how my body works. I'm okay with that. I love having 5-6 liters of water a day. If you don't have more than 3 liters of water a day, then that should be your eating goal. When I say eating, it doesn't just mean eating. It could be, drinking water. When you think of eating, think about nutrition. When I explain our plan to people, I say, I created a plan. All of it, I think a role play is quite important right now, actually, which I'm going to move to. Who struggles with telling people what they do with this business? Who struggles to have one line of what they do with this business? Does anyone struggle? When people ask you what you do, what do you say? Jenny, what do you say?
I could just tell them that I'm a health coach for Healthy and Empowered, and then if they ask me what our company entails, I tell them we have a Train, Eat, Think program that we use, and if they want more information on that, then I go into the webinar. It just depends on what order they want the information in and what they've asked me, because sometimes I find that they don't really want, like, they want a link most times, like, and we don't, the only link we have is the webinar links, and sometimes they don't want the groups because they become skeptical. So it's just depends for me, like, how they ask and where, like, what part of our conversation and relationship they ask.
Okay. You just gave me an idea. Thanks. You'll know what it is when I do it. So, okay, that's great. But if someone asks you in person, what do you say? You say you're a health coach.
Yeah, I tell them.
You say you're a health coach, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, fab. So health coach is great, but I think health coach in some countries can be perceived as some other things. I don't know if anybody else agrees with that, but I know that with me and my mom, we've been in this a couple of years, and I know that like health coach is something I don't say personally. I used to say, sometimes I say health mentor more than anything, but I've kind of leaned away from the word mentor too, because the word mentor can mean, it can mean anything. You know, a mentor can be many different things. So I try and say, people ask me, what do you do? I say, I have my own online health business. I would really always let people know that it's online, because then you're instantly telling them that they can work this from anywhere. So I always say I have my own online health business. And if I'm going to go into details, so I say, I have my own online health business. I'm a model, and I just created a business to help empower and educate models. That's it. So I say everything I need to say within less than 10 seconds. And that's really how it should be. So all aspects of your life, if you have other careers, be really proud of that. Don't shy away from it. Like if I was Jenny and someone asked me what I do, I go, well, I'm a mom. I have a wonderful son. He's XYZ. And I also have my own online health business, so I can work around my son. I think that's what I would say. I would say, I have a son, I'm a mom, and I have my own online health business. So if I was my mom, I would say, I have my own, I'm a beautician, I have my own business. Wait, let me start again. I would say I have my own beauty business, and I'm a mother. So I also have an online health business to run around my kids. That's what I would say. And then when people ask, you know, they ask more questions, and then you're going to know what part of your life they're most interested in, because if you tell them what you do, then they're more interested in, you know, whatever. Like while I'm in LA, it's been super 50-50. People have picked up on the modeling part, or they've picked up on my modeling business, or they've picked up on my online health business. And I always try and lead it back in. And then when they ask me more information, so if I'm going to give a longer answer, I'll say, I'm a model. I started a business to help empower and educate models. And I also have my own online health business. And that's where I created, all of you can say this, I created an online health program designed around it's called the Train, Eat, Think program. And it's designed around the idea of looking at your fitness, mindset, and nutrition. And when you change one small thing about each section of your life, we teach, if you change one small thing about those areas of your life, you're going to make a big change in your life overall. So that's what I say to people. I'll say it again and clearer, because that was a bit confusing. I say, I have my own online health business where I created a program called the Train, Eat, Think program, designed around the idea that we teach to change one small thing about your fitness, your mindset, and your nutrition. And overall, that creates a big change in your life. And another thing I've started to say lately is when I get more into it with people, I say, you know, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a personal trainer. I'm not a life coach. I'm just a normal girl that dealt with some serious health issues, some fitness challenges, and some mindset obstacles. And through dealing with these, I wanted to show people that just a normal girl like me could make a big change in their life too. So that's what I say to people. I don't ever sell the fact that I'm a nutritionist. Never, never, ever, 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 ever. I always say to them, I'm just a normal girl, and I had some issues in my life, and I wanted to help impact and empower other people that could be going through this same problem too. So that's why we created the program. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not here to tell people what to do. I'm just here to empower them and educate them and hopefully make a positive impact in their life. And they go, wow. And I go, yeah, it's so cool. We have a team all over the world. We just opened our business up. By the way, whether you did that or not, whether it was in your team or not, You are part of that because you're part of this team. So you can say our team, if you don't want to say that you did it, you can say our team just opened up in Savannah, Georgia, another part of the UK, and Oklahoma City. So now we're in even more states in America. I think we're in 13 states now. We're in even more states in America, and we're in more parts of the UK. So we're constantly branching out. We're constantly growing. You want to make sure that you're really sharing this with people with passion. Like, look how much certainty I have in what I'm saying. Do I ever look like I question myself? Do I ever look like I'm like not sure? And by the way, I'm human, and I might have a bad day sometimes, and I slip up and I stumble and I mumble my words. Like, I'm human, okay? Every single one of you, write that word down. I'm human, those 2 words. You're only human. You're okay to fall flat on your face. If you fall flat on your face 50 times a day, great. The most important thing is that you get up on the 51st time, that you do not stay down. The quote is, when you fall 8 times, you get up number 9. And it's so important that you do that and just forgive yourself repeatedly. It's Easter. What happened on Easter? If you have faith, it's when Jesus died on the cross. And what happened when that happened? We could all sin continuously and you'll always be forgiven. Whether you have faith or not, or you believe in Jesus and God, whatever you believe, the principle of that story is really important and really powerful. And what I mean by that is we can sin continuously, but the love that we have, for me, the love that I have from, I don't know if any of you believe in that, but for me, the love that I have from God means that I can sin repeatedly and I will always be forgiven and I will always be able to move on because I will always be loved. That's what that means to me. I'm not religious in any way, shape or form because religion is man-made rules. But if you're religious, then that's cool. I'm going to respect you with that. But this is what I believe. But I don't go in with the attitude of that I'm always going to sin, or I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to, because that's the wrong attitude. The attitude that I want to go with is I'm going to try and do my best. So with this business, what are you going to do? You're going to try and do your best. You're going to try and succeed over and over and over and over and over again. You're going to try and do well. You're going to try and be successful. You're going to try and help somebody else. You're going to try and get promoted. You're going to try and earn more money so you can what? So you can have a better life, so you can do better things in the future, so you can have more opportunity, so you can have more freedom. But if you slip and you fall, it's fine. It's so fine as long as you get up again. Don't hate yourself and not forgive yourself for the mistakes that you have done in the past and the things that you might have not done. Maybe you started a business in the past and it failed and it never worked out. My mum opened a salon once and then she went back to being mobile as a beautician because it didn't work out as well as the mobile stuff did. But point is, she tried, right? She tried. And that was a thought that she'd always had in her head, or what would it be like to have my own salon? So she went and did it. She invested the time, the effort, the money. She did all of that just to see if it worked. At least she tried. You don't want to get to the end of your day or the end of your month or the end of your life and be someone that didn't try and didn't do well just because you didn't try, because you couldn't be asked. You don't want to be known as that, and you don't want to live with that in yourself. The video that I just sent in the WhatsApp group spoke so many volumes to me. You want to be known as someone that continuously didn't give up, continuously worked hard. The one thing people say about me is that I work all the time and I don't stop. And I love that people say that. I'm like, please keep saying that, please. I want people to say that about me. People say the same thing about my mom. My mom works all the time. She always has. I'm 25 this month. It's my birthday month. Woo! But the whole time of my life, all I've ever known is my mom to work. Doesn't mean she wasn't there for me. I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean, all my mom did was work. She worked because she needed to give me and my sisters the life that we needed / deserved, right? Whatever way you look at it. So what I want to know, and I want to ask all of you is, are you somebody that just can't be asked? Do you still watch pointless television shows? Are you someone that, still hangs out with people that drain you, that suck you dry, that are not the right person for you? Every single one of you should be looking at your life, how it looks in a year's time, in 3 months' time, in 6 months' time, in 5 years' time. And if that person in your life, whether it's your boyfriend, family you can't choose, that's different. But if it's your boyfriend, if it's your friends, if it's your work colleagues, I want you to look at those areas of your life, and does that feed the future person that you want to become? And if it doesn't, then what the hell are you doing? And if it's your work and that's what you're doing right now to get paid, different story. Don't start guilt tripping me on, oh, I can't leave my job. Boo freaking who? I don't care. Like, you don't want to work in that job? Get off your ass, work harder in this business so you can leave earlier. So many of you want to sing a sob story. So many of you want to feel sorry for yourselves. Day in, day out, I do this, I do that. Like, boo hoo. That's all I have to say to you. I'm not going to be your sob story auntie. I'm sorry, but I'm not. That's not what I was put on this earth to do. And I'm not going to do that. It doesn't feed you, doesn't feed me, doesn't feed this business. So look at your life and look at what you can control. If you cannot control your work environment, don't try and control it, but you can control your outside work environment. Exactly, Naomi. No time for excuses. Fab. I love that our new girl is saying that. Love. Like, if there's literally no point dwelling on, oh my God, someone was mean to me at work. What did I teach you guys last week? If you are petty about stupid stuff in your life, you will paper cut your life with pettiness. You will paper cut your life with pettiness. If you didn't write that down last week, or you didn't remember that and you were petty this week because someone nicked one of your sweets, or someone took your car parking space, or you couldn't get to work on time because you woke up late. Boo hoo. That is being petty. Don't paper cut your life with pettiness, because you will never be the person that you want to become, and you will never get to really truly shine in the way that you really deserve to. So I just think this is something that I really think we should all work on, like really work on. Don't be freaking petty. My speaker, I had 2 speakers tonight for my event in LA. I probably have maybe 10 people confirmed right now. 2 of my speakers, one of them let me down yesterday, and the other one told me today she might not come. And now I think she's coming. And I didn't text her back and beg her. I went, all right, no worries. Because I ain't got time for that. But I don't fucking care. Like, cool. I have so much faith and understanding and knowing that the right people will come to my event. The right people will speak at my event. And if she doesn't want to come, then guess what? That is her loss. Whether you know it or not, now especially, this is so relevant for all the new people that just joined. So Naomi and Kelly, I see you on the call. You're going to have so many people that go, oh my God, that's so shit. Why are you doing that? And I want you to think about it and go, right, do I listen to that person who's never walked the path that I want to do? Or do I just listen to what I want to do? Because, and I just texted my friend this before the call, so this has sat quite heavy on me, is, you know, if you never did that, or you did that, whatever it is, for someone else, you have to ask yourself, it's you that sits with that forever, not them. So if you don't do something and you know you're going to feel guilty, that's you that sits with that guilt, not them. So for example, my friend, his friend is sick at the moment and he's like poorly in hospital, and he's like, oh, I don't know what to do. I need to get on with my life, but I want to be there for my friend. And I went, you know, just listen to your gut. I was like, listen to your gut. It's you that's going to live with this forever. No one else is going to live with that forever. In the truth, like, we're never alone in this life. You always have people around you, but only you know how you really felt. Only you know how you felt a year ago, how you felt yesterday, how you felt when that guy broke your heart, how you felt when someone hurt you, how you felt when someone really made you happy. Only you know that. I can't tell you how that felt because I'm not you. So you have to ask yourself on a continuous basis, does that sit well with me? And is that something I really want to do? If you haven't written your April goals yet today, well, I haven't, because I'm on the other side of the world. It's 12 o'clock. But if you haven't set your April goals, try and do that by the 3rd of April, because it's really important to make sure that you do that. If you're new to joining this business, or you're not new, I'd really like us to all focus on the idea of using groups for our business. Find groups and don't manipulate them. Don't use them in the wrong way. Don't find negative groups to do with anxiety or depression or stress. Nothing negative. Find positive, uplifting, empowering groups that you can connect with, that you can talk to people in, and build positive relationships with. And don't build relationships with people with any motive. Go in with no motive and see what happens. If you have less than 3,000 friends, then you should still be adding people. but I would add people off pages. So there's two ways. I would still add people off pages, but I would engage and build relationships with people in groups. Don't blast people off groups, and don't add a load of people in groups because it will flag up. Maybe only add a few a day, like literally 2 to 5 people a day from groups, and add the rest from pages. If you're new to this business, your upline will explain that to you. Rebecca, you can explain that to Katie and Kelly, because I don't know if Katie knows that much about that either. If you've got someone, I'm just going to jot through a few things that I wanted to cover before we finish the call. Something that you can all write down is, who is your ideal team member and what does that person look like? And I want you to all really get used to this idea of recruiting up. Recruit people that are better than you. Don't recruit people that are worse than you, that are less better off than you, that have less money, that have a less paid job. Recruit people that are better than you. People with a better mindset, people with a better group of friends, people with a better job, people with a better family circumstance, like everything better, everything. Because if you recruit up, your business is going to go faster and stronger and quicker. So recruit up. Think about what kind of person you would like in your team. So for me, I want somebody that's successful, that's older than me. They like traveling. They understand what hard work is. They are good at time management. They are positive and empowering. They do personal development. They invest time in themselves. They're fitter than I am. They are somebody that's, they have a lot of fun while they work. They enjoy what they do. They're maybe more established in their family life. They're perhaps more stable, that kind of thing. That's what kind of person I want in my team. Doesn't mean none of you, it doesn't mean I love you, don't love you all, of course I do. But that's the kind of person I want in my team, because when you look for that person and you attract that person, you're going to get those sorts of people, but you're also going to get other people that want to be that kind of person and that can grow with you with that. And personal development is number one, top important thing. I think we'll do a personal development call next week. And we'll focus on that. And you should be engaging with people every day that are people that are liking your post. That should be something you do regardless. Creating a strong morning routine, that's something you should all be doing. Like if it's 10 minutes or 5 minutes or an hour, be realistic to what works for you. Like it might not work, but it probably will. So, find whatever works for you, but you've got to be willing to experiment and, be experimental. At the end of the day, if you if you maybe aren't so positive a lot of the time, at the end of the day, you could write down 3 things that have gone well today, 3 things that you're grateful for, or 3 things, 3 good things that happened to you. So, I don't know can someone tell me, who's that number? Maybe I'm going to check if I have that number saved on my phone. 912. Does anyone have any questions? Oh, it's Kelly. Hi, Kelly. I just wanted to check who the number was. Does anyone have any questions? Any thoughts? If you don't, it's fine.
I just have a comment.
Tell us.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I had my headphones in. Yeah, I just had a comment. Today was the first morning I did the whole personal development thing before work. It's my first day back after like 8 days off. And so I actually got up on time, which was very good for me. And I spent 5-10 minutes sorting my cats out, making myself a coffee, and then I spent half an hour and I read GoPro in bed for like half an hour, and it was great because I will have half an hour every single morning because I'm not always up on time, but I'm going to at least dedicate at least 10 minutes because I felt great after reading for a bit, and then got myself up, went to work, and actually had a really good day. And I haven't focused on personal development for so long, and yeah, so I can't stress enough how like what Tasha said with personal development. Like I've always been one who's not you know, hold myself accountable to doing that. But definitely just from this morning, and I was talking to Jessica as well. Jessica was up late this morning. She had 20 minutes to get ready to leave the house, and I says, well, that sort of day, you know, download an audio book, so at least when you walk into work, she's got like 25 minutes you can listen to audio books. Like, you just kind of have to find what fits around your lifestyle. If you're driving to work for 25 minutes, you've got time to listen to a personal development, you know, audio. So there's no excuses to not do it. Like, I always come up with excuses, you know, I don't have the time, but you have the time when you're just like making tea, you know, listen to something on YouTube. You know, that's what I tend to do. So
that's why the goals is really important.
Yeah. But yeah, that was all from me. Just wanted to put that out there.
Awesome. So fab.
Just seeing if Jessica wanted to share it. She's like, no.
No.
She did say she felt very pumped after your call earlier as well.
I did.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it was a really good
She
call.
took like a ton of notes.
She had what?
I don't know.
Took a ton of notes.
Oh, wow, nice. Yeah, it's funny. Jenny, you still need to schedule with me when you're going to do yours. So I said to everyone I do a one-to-one. Last week I said I do a one-to-one call with everybody. And I know I had Rachel's, Rebecca's, and Jessica's so far. And like for me too, I love doing them because I remind myself of what I learned at the Brendan Bouchard conference. And I'm happy to do them with everyone, but you have to be the person that says to me, you know, I want that call. I want to do this. I'm going to do Gwen's with her when I see her in New York. I'm so excited. I wish she was on the call. I'm going to see Gwen in New York, which is so exciting for me. And everybody is not like every one of you. I can place bets that every single one of you knows somebody in Las Vegas or knows someone in New York. Every single one of you. And if you don't, someone you know does. So I'm in Las Vegas for 8 days from tomorrow. And then I'm in New York for 6 days. I'm doing an event in both cities for my new business. But the thing is with this business is that when you do events for your Juice Plus business, they need to be community focused events about community, friendship, support. That's what it needs to be about. So my new business is to help empower and educate models. So what I'm doing is inviting people to my Model Me business that I also want to talk to about my Juice Plus business so that they can see what I'm creating. They can see what I'm part of. Because remember, I'm still me. Whether I do Model Me, modeling, traveling the world, you know, I'm a sister, I'm a daughter, whoever I am, you know, I'm an ambassador of Healthy and Empowered. Whoever I am, I'm still me. I'm me in every single avenue of that. So if one of your prospects meets me in a different world, that's still me, and they're still gonna get who I am as a Healthy and Empowered ambassador through going to a Model Me event. Does that make sense? So even though the event says empowering creatives, you can tell them, connect them with me. We'll get them talking, and it's going to be a great way for them to network and to understand who I am. And if you're not talking about the fact that your mentor is traveling the world and still working her business, you need to be talking about that. Don't sell the idea that I'm only traveling the world and my Juice Plus business is paying for that. No, don't sell that. That's wrong. Yes, it's definitely helped me out, but it's not the reason I'm getting to do this. The reason I get to travel the world and why I came away for 4 weeks is because I work really hard. This is a work trip for me, and this was an investment. Yeah, sure, it was a risk, but it was the best risk I ever took already, and I'm not even 2 weeks into my trip. So I want all of you to really think about, am I really talking about that with people? Am I really telling people, oh, here's my mentor, let's get on a 3-way call with her. Oh, by the way, she's in LA, she's in America for a month, and she's traveling right now. She's still working her business though, because we can work this from anywhere. Like, if you're not doing that, then you kind of really need to ask yourself, why am I not doing that? Because I know for a fact that when I come traveling, I'm so much more at peace. I'm so much calmer. I'm so much like happier. And it's just because London for me is really crazy and hectic, and gets really on top of me. And I come somewhere like LA, which is bloody bonkers too, but it's different. And I just go, and I calm down a bit and I chill. So I really encourage you all, like, really think about, what are you doing to help elevate your business to the next level. Because I think so many of us are just like, you know, we're not really utilizing the tools that we've got. And I am a tool for all of you, by the way. Like, I'm a tool, like I'm a resource. So are you being resourceful or not? The answer is most of you are not. So be resourceful, use me and abuse me while you can. No, I'm kidding. Use me and abuse me while I'm awake is what I mean. Like, obviously the time difference is an excuse for so many people, not for us. So let's not make it an excuse. Let's not make it something that's, you know, stops you from growing your business. In fact, me being away should inspire you more than anything. If it was me, like I'm super inspired when I get to see Lauren travel to Fiji and Vietnam and all these crazy places. I'm like, well, I want to do that. But that's what I'm inspired by, right? Because I want to travel. If you don't want to travel, then I get it, but maybe you're not inspired by this. But I really think that it should be something that you all, if you want to do that, you know, like, how can you make that happen for you? And I don't want to be a babysitter. I don't want to not like babysit anybody. I just want to nourish people. I just want to help you all grow to the next level. But you have to kind of look in the mirror. The mirror is the best recruiting tool you could ever have. Like, take a long look in the mirror and really think about how you talk to people, the certainty that you have, the actions that you put forward. You know, do you really live this mission? Which is why I've set us all goals for this month, because most of us don't. And then we complain about it. And then I'm like, well, are you living the mission? Like, it kind of gets down to that. So I'm going to leave now because I really am late for my next thing. So I need to go, and I'm really excited. Oh, I just got the nicest text ever from my friend. I really hope you're really all fab. I'm super fab. I get way more inspired when I'm in LA, like when I'm in America. I love it because this is what I really want to do. So I just want it all for you all, but I can't do it for you is the answer. As much as I would like to, I can't. So this was a journey, right? This is growth. This didn't happen overnight for me. This was 3 years in the making. So don't just think to yourself, oh God, I can't do that. Like, you can do that, but you have to get yourself in that state. And how you do that is personal development. I look naked. I just realized I'm not naked, promise.
Me and Jessica said that like half an hour ago.
I have sleeves, but I just didn't, like, I can't wave my arms around when I have it like this. So that's a bit better. Not so naked anymore. Okay. I'm just a goofball. Okay, bye everybody.
Bye.
Prosperous evening. Sorry, it's nighttime. When most have a fantastic, prosperous evening.
Bye.
Bye. Look, the twins when they say bye together. Bye. Well, they've gone. Yes, they're doing him to say that. Bye. Oh, wait. I should take a picture.
Goodbye now.
Goodbye now. Thanks, Rachel.
Bye now.
Goodbye now. I'm dying. Stop. Get out of here. Goodbye now.
Bye now.
Goodbye now.